KIYRA LYNN with Hollywood First Look Features, and today I am joined by the lovely Stephanie GIL, who stars in the film Fatima. What was your initial reaction learning, the types of things that this poor girl had to go through in order for her to speak her truth?
When I read the script, that was my first time seeing the character description, seeing how Lucia acted around everyone, And I saw how brave she was and strong through all of that, seeing her and then her mom not believing her, no one believing her. She just kept going because of her faith and hope that eventually someone will believe her. And I can't say how it ends, but yeah.
When I read the script, I said, well, I like this compared to what I've done before because it's based on fact. It's a movie that can be, and especially now that I've seen the final product, it's a movie that beautiful photography, great music, great direction. I think the acting is pretty good. The kids are amazing, and I believe that you don't need to be a believer to enjoy the movie.
It is a sin making lies up.
It's true, Mama. She was as real as you are.
Why would the Mother of God choose you? What's so special about you?
This character, the mother of Lucia, it really got my attention of how she went through all this event, and the way the script is written and the way it was filmed, it approaches. It's actually the first time I see this story approached in a down-to-earth way instead of a spiritual way.
This is a real story. It's by, that's confirmed in historical books and events and papers and everywhere. You can find many different point of views of the whole thing.
This is absurd. I'm doing this for you. Would you like people to talk about a priest in Fatima who's being fooled by 3 lying children? This is not faith, this is superstition, and we both know it.
Arturo was portrayed differently from place to place, and I kind of chose to find this middle, and the script was kind of that too. He was a government representative, and he really thought these kids invented this story. At that time in Portugal, church was not looked upon very positively. The government was trying to portray people who were going to church as a superstitious bunch, and they were against technology, against science, against advancement. And it was a difficult time for church and for the government. It was a very turmoil time, and the First World War was still going on. And he was the guy who was trying to basically suppress this thing, because all these people start coming from all over Portugal and Spain even to see these people who spoke to Virgin Mary, and he thought the kids are just playing.
This is a house of peace. Please take your guards away.
Was there any poignant facts that you found out regarding him that you didn't necessarily know beforehand?
Yes, well, he actually, in real life, he was much tougher on the kids than you see on the film, because in the film they distributed the toughness between the cardinal and the priest. But in reality, the priest was much tougher on them. But then was also helped them so much more, because he got convinced at a certain point. I mean, the thing is, 103 years later, the people are still coming in thrives to go to Fatima to pray to the Virgin, and we have to acknowledge that. And I think it's a movie that it's a story that has to be told.
You should be ashamed of having a daughter like her. You, of all people, who preaches faith and devotion.
If she's crazy, she should be shut away in a convent.
Do you see what happens when you make things up?
To understand what these people, the effect that had on people, on real lives, on the consequences, how Lucia felt through all this, how did the family reacted, I think it was very, very important, and it really moved me that way of looking at the story. I think it's a very special role, and in a way it represents mothers in general, and it's a message for mothers. I believe that's what I try to stand up for, which is mothers should pay attention to their kids, to pay attention to what they feel, what they're going through, and if there is something going on, even if for us adults is ridiculous or doesn't make sense, if it means anything for them, it's because it's important, so we have to.
Fatima is now playing in theaters where available and is streaming on demand. Lucia, thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.